Hi guys, welcome to day 3 of our back to school week. Are you enjoying it so far? I will leave the links to day 1 and day 2 down below. Day 1 was a back to school haul and day 2 was back to school DIYs. Ooh, nice bird flying over there. Today is going to be a quick, running late kind of makeup look. I've only tried to use as minimal products as possible, so there's no eyeshadow in sight. I'm going to try and do it as natural as possible as well, so for those of you who don't really want to get caught wearing makeup, this could possibly work for you. Just maybe skip the foundation for a tinted moisturiser and not apply as much. But for those of you that are in college and uni, this is so easy to do day to day. If you're looking for a makeup tutorial for those of you who need to look like you haven't got any makeup on so your teachers don't say anything, that will be day 5's no makeup tutorial. So come back for day 5 and I'll show you how to do a really minimal makeup look. But let's get into this one. A tip just in case you are doing your makeup really quick and you want to spend them extra 5-10 minutes in bed, I'd recommend putting all your makeup into one bag the night before. This is just a Juicy Couture bag and I've just put all the goodies in here and then left the brushes out that I'm going to be using. That way you know exactly what makeup look you're going for, you're not thinking about what products to grab, you're not thinking about what brushes you need, it's all there ready to go. So I'm going to start with my base first. So I'd recommend going for a foundation that is basically the same colour as your skin, which probably wouldn't make any sense because you're probably thinking, well, that shouldn't I be doing that anyway? Not necessarily. Sometimes I go for a foundation that maybe is half a shade darker than what my skin colour actually is. But if you go for the number 7 foundations, these are all matched to your skin perfectly with that little camera. So I'm in the shade Calico. If you don't want something as heavy as a foundation, this is a super light one, so it literally doesn't feel like you've got any foundation on. The coverage is very minimal, very low to medium coverage, so it's not going to look like a cake face. But if you are wanting something that's going to be a little bit lighter and a little bit matter, then I'd probably go for something like the Benefit Big Easy. I can fluctuate from shade 4 to shade 2, so make sure you pop into your nearest Benefit counter and ask them which colour to go for. But today I'm going to go for the Calico number 7 foundation. And I found that when I'm in the rush, the best way to apply my foundation is with a stippling brush in circular motions. This gives me the quickest and most flawless complexion. I am keeping it real with you this morning and just do my makeup in my dressing gown because, let's be serious, I always do my makeup before I get dressed. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this Calico one, and this is amazing if you are a supernatural person because this is super lightweight. Apply a little bit and then I just go in circular motions. If you think that you suffer with blemishes of any kind, then this would be when I'd apply a little bit of concealer over my blemishes. I only really have one here and it's a texture blemish, so I'm not going to be able to cover that up anyway. You can't see any redness, you can just see the little lumps. That doesn't bother me in the slightest. Now the next step will depend completely on whether you are oily or a dry complexion, but I always have to powder. It makes my foundation last longer, but it also makes my eye T-zone stay not so oily throughout the day. So I'm going to go in with the Benefit Hello Flawless I Love Me Ivory powder. I don't actually have like a drugstore foundation powder that I love. I love Stay Matte, but this just gives me a little bit more coverage. And whenever you use a very light, medium foundation, this just helps just to build that up a little bit for me. But if you have any recommendations for any drugstore powders, whether it's just normal or like a foundation powder, please leave them below because this is obviously £25.50, so it's not the cheapest. So if you're anything like me when I was at school, you probably had a lot of sleepless nights staying up until daft o'clock. Back then it was me on MSN, but obviously MSN, most of you probably won't even know what it was, which breaks my heart because it was amazing. But in case you are one of the people that stay up really late, so to cover up the fact that you've had barely any sleep, I'd recommend using a concealer. If you don't have the money for a MAC one, then I'd recommend either the Collection Lasting Perfection concealer or the Rimmel Wake Me Up concealer. Unfortunately, I've used both of my drugstore ones up, so I'm having to use my MAC one. And all I'm going to be doing is putting this underneath my eyes and then just blending it with my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. I've been absolutely loving this concealer for underneath my eyes. I've been wearing it for nights out, I've been wearing it for work. I love it. Because it's only school, I'm only applying a little amount and then just going to blend this in. If you have any recommendations for a drugstore concealer now for underneath my eyes, I'd really appreciate that as well. This is why I love doing YouTube, because I can help you with things, but then you help me so much with things as well. So I'm going to go in with Hoola Next One Benefit. You could use an MUA one or Makeup Revolution bronzer, but this is one that I'm going to go for today with the Real Techniques blusher brush. And I'm just going to be doing my same technique that I did in my collab video, and I did it all Face of Benefit. And I'm just going to blend this onto my cheeks and into the contour of my cheeks, and then round my forehead, and then bringing it just underneath just to hide them double chins as well. So I'm just going to go in with my blusher next, and this one I've chose because it's from the drugstore, and it's the NYX Summer Peach blush, which just looks like this. I'm just going to be putting this on my cheeks, and we're going for like a pinky natural kind of flush today, so we'll go for like a pinky kind of lip as well. So for brows, I'm going to go in with the Benefit Gimme Brow in the shade Light / Medium, and just very, very lightly put this through my brows. I think even though I've left Benefit, which I will be doing an update video on, this is one of them products where I'm always going to repurchase it, like the foundation powder as well. Unless I find a drugstore one that's just as good, I will always repurchase that powder. So I've got 2 steps left, that is mascara and then your lips. So for mascara, I'm going to be going in. The only reason I'm using this one is because I'm wanting to use it up before opening up a new one. And this is the Benefits Roller Lash. I'm using this in a Galan Maxi Lash at the moment, but I thought this one's a little bit more affordable, so I'll go for Roller Lash instead. I'm just going to use my Shumera eyelash curlers and put some Roller Lash on. I'm going to do this off camera. So now that our mascara is done, if you're looking for a drugstore mascara, then I'd totally recommend the Bourjois 1 Second Volume in the shade Ultra Black. It is amazing and only £10. If you want to know what kind of drugstore starter kit things you need, I will leave my drugstore starter kit video down below for you to check out. Now for lip products, I'm going to go in with a lip gloss first, and this one is from Revlon, and it's in the shade 215 Supernatural, and this is my favourite lip gloss ever. And if you aren't a lip gloss person, or if you are at uni or college and can go for a brighter lip, I'd recommend something like the Revlon Colour Burst Lip Butter in the shade Sweetheart. I'll show you them both on and see which one you prefer. So this is what the Revlon lip gloss looks like. As you can see, it is super natural and glossy. It's not sticky in any sense, but if the wind is blowing, your hair's going to get stuck in it regardless. And this one is the Revlon Lip Butter. This is amazing because when it comes off, it's just going to leave a very light pink stain on the lips. So it's going to last all day, and it's still going to look like you've got something on even when it came off. It's really natural on the lips, but it's that pop of pink that sometimes you just need to brighten up your look. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below which lip colour you preferred, whether it's the lip gloss or the lip butter. And of course, leave any requests down below as well, because I will be doing a request week. That is my next weekly kind of thing that I want to do. And I really hope you're enjoying the back to school week. Let me know down below if you are. And I hope to see you tomorrow for Days 4, which is going to be my hacks and tips video. Just double checking there. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye guys.